Hello, welcome to Ceremony, Magic, and Meditation. I'm your host, Aaron Michael Pine, coming to you from Bali. Thanks so much for joining me today, taking your time to jump into this video. This episode, I want to talk to you and share with you a beautiful guided meditation. Now, meditation has many forms, and I want to talk to you about that today. My journey with meditation, my understanding of meditation, and my personal favorite styles of meditation. And then the later part of the show, I'm going to be actually guiding you through one of my sort of versions of meditation for you to experience at home and learn how to open up this gift or deepen this gift for yourself. Now, one of the biggest things I get when I talk to people about meditation, particularly people that don't know about meditation, is like, well, I can't quiet my mind. My mind's just too active, too much going on. I can't stop thinking for a minute. Get it all the time. Until they understand. As I said, there's different types of meditation. Most people think of meditation as just the time where I've got to stop my mind and just focus on my breath, or maybe say some sort of chant, and that's it. And yes, that is powerful styles of meditation, and there's a lot of value there. But what I found, particularly for those who are raised in the West and are used to a lot going on, that's a trickier style to access and be able to incorporate and embody. Now, what I found as a meditation teacher and also working with people's energy as an energy healer, as an energy tuner for people, helping them really get clear and aligned in their body, helping clear out distortions in the body, clearing out emotional distortions, getting healthy and vibrant in the body, that a key element here that makes a meditation tricky for people is not so much that they just have a lot of stuff going on in their mind, it's everything else going on in their system that causes a lot of, I'll say, static or noise or distress in the system that prevents them from being able to access a meditative state. See, to me, a meditative state is really at the foundation of who we are as beings, as spiritual beings, as beings of humanity. It is part of our nature as much as eating food or walking or breathing. Yet it's this part that's been so we've been cut off from or separated from. And so when I've done healing work with people, I found if I can help them clear a lot of stuff out of their system, and this is stresses, this is trauma, fear, just associations, emotional patterns and wounds, physical ailments, all that stuff, all that's actually either, say, weighing you down or making your system, your energetic system, more overactive and stressed out, which causes the brain to be in more hyperdrive, which prevents you from being able to access meditative states. So I'd love to do, and we're going to do some of this on the meditation, is help people to calm the system, to ground the system, to clear all that stuff out, like I said, and then meditation becomes more and more easy, whether you're doing guided meditations like the one we're going to do here in a bit, or you move into the, just focusing on the breath or mantras, different things like that. Once the system is more clear and grounded, it's a lot easier to access that. See, when your system's not grounded, when there's all that stuff, stress, fear, trauma, which we all have in varying amounts, your energy is sort of restricted or out of or distorted or kind of phased out in different ways for each of us out of your body. And so we all, often, particularly in the Western world, have this and have been, experienced that or have been stuck in those things for many years. It could be stuff we picked up as a child, traumatic events as a child or a teenager, traumas and stress just in our modern, adult life of work and things, bills and, traffic and whatever else, right? There's all this stuff that we've all picked up. And that's putting your body in a continuous sort of hyperactive stress mode, which can cause hyperactivity and can also cause depression and everywhere in between. So what we want to do is start clearing that stuff out of our system. It's like trying to, it's like, think of plumbing in a house, right? Your body is electrical plumbing. There's electrical pathways called meridians that run through your body. that run currents of electrical energy, of life force, of spiritual energy, of chi or prana through the body and around the body even as well. In the auric field, the layers of the auric field. It's a very complex system with many layers and components as I see it. And that's where all the stuff's held. So if you think of plumbing in a house, right, you've got the main line comes in, so that's sort of we'll say spirit or your main connection to the divine, and that comes into the body, and then it goes out, right? It maybe goes through the hot water heater, and then goes through different pipes, and maybe goes to the kitchen, and you got a couple of different bathrooms, and you've got the hoses outside, and the laundry machine, and the dishwasher, right? You've got we'll say 10 pipes. If there's nothing clogging those pipes, you've got clear water flow, no problem. You turn on the faucet and you got your water. But over time, right, stuff gets clogged in those pipes, food stuff, hair, whatever else, right, gets down those pipes, maybe roots coming in the pipes. No, I'm sorry, and also the pipes leaving the sinks as well. So the in and out. Anyways, all those pipes, say, for example, get clogged up in different ways. Just like in your system, you get clogged up, different fears, traumas, stresses, different things cause tightness, constrictions, even sort of rips and breaks in the energetic system. Over time, that builds up and builds up, and things get stacked on top of each other, and it becomes harder to flow life force through you. It begins harder to flow energy through you, and your system breaks down, and this eventually causes diseases in the body, causes ailments in the body, causes mental and emotional problems or challenges because there's just so much stagnation or disconnect in the energy flow through your system, just like a horribly clogged pipes in a house. So what I invite people to do is both, obviously it's awesome with my healing work, I can help people clear that stuff out and start removing that, and then also in the guided meditation give you techniques to start doing some of that yourself to clear those pipes, get your system reconnected, grounded, and allows the energy to start flowing. And this allows you to start moving into more and more layers and more experiences, deeper and deeper experiences with meditation. Once the system's open and flowing again, we've got the energy moving through your system. Very similar principle with electrical circuits, right? There needs to be flow of electricity through the circuitry. There also needs to be grounding so that the energy can move down through the earth. So that's the other component here, is grounding your system. And what I mean by grounding is obviously being here, being present, being in your body, being focused and stable, but it's also allowing the currents, the electricity, the life force, the chi that runs through our bodies to ground down into the earth. And originally we were designed, we were out in nature, we were more barefoot, we were more on the earth, so it's easier to stay grounded and connected with the earth. The electricity needs to move through us, just like lightning. When it comes down, it's finding a tree or a way to get grounded into the earth, just like a big appliance. It has that third prong, in the US at least, that grounds the energy and connects it down to the earth. So that's super important for us as well, because we run a lot of electricity through our bodies, going to our brain, our nervous system, our cells, our heart. All of our body is producing, generating, and communicating through electrical currents, and this needs to have an outlet to go down into the earth. And that's part of our, to me, that's part of our really our purpose, or part of our purpose is bringing our spiritual, our soul, our energetic essence from spirit and moving it through our body temple, and then grounding it down into the earth. And again, stress, fear, trauma, all this stuff, we pull out, we jerk up, we remember all the experiences we have, and our energy comes up and out of our body and disconnects, and we unground from the earth itself. So this is super key, important for our day-to-day health, vitality, and life, and also our meditations, to be grounded. Now, once we've got your system grounded, and we've got some stuff cleared out, and that's a process to clear out stuff, depending on where you're at, how much healing work you've done on yourself, how much clearing work you've done. As I said, feel free to reach out to me if you are interested in that process and ready to go deeper in clearing out your system. I work with a variety of techniques, and you'll get to experience them in some of the episodes a bit. where I can go into your system with you and start really cleansing out, purifying the system, opening up the energy channels, and people notice huge shifts right after just the one session. Excuse the dogs in the background. They're excited. They notice huge shifts because we start to cleanse and purify that system, and it can work wonders beyond, I'll say, a lot of more just treating symptoms modalities. Most modern modalities, particularly ones that are very Western oriented, just focus on the symptoms and trying to patch up the symptoms. We're actually going here to a deeper core of where these are residing in your energetic system. And to me, energy is first. You feel energy first, and then affects the physical, then affects the mind. So we're going back into the energy and changing that and clearing that out first. Then things can start shifting in our body, in our mind, and our emotions. And again, get us to meditation. So that's super important, is to clear that out first. So that's super important to get the system cleared out and activated. Make sure the mic's here. So that's super important to get that cleared out. Now from there, our system is in a less stressed state, more grounded, more connected, and then able to go into a more meditative state. Now let's talk about the meditation itself. Meditation is an inward focus. We're sort of letting go of the external world, the external stories, the external things that are happening, and moving into the body and into the inner consciousness. And there are many, many, many forms of meditation from all over the world. There's I'll say a good chunk that I know, and there's many that I don't, and there's many new ones being developed as well. But what it's about to me is accessing our inner power, our inner potential, our subconscious, our spiritual nature, our spiritual realms, and finding ways to understand them, to unlock stuff, to release stuff, to get clarity, to get wisdom, to work with our energy, and then use those shifts or those wisdom or that understanding and bring that back into our outer world, right? So to me, eventually, the meditation becomes the foundation for the external world. The more you practice and open this up as a foundation, as a go-to place, a core place, you begin to work from here out in the external world. You access your inner guidance, your wisdom, work with your energy, work with your spiritual nature, and then you bring that out into your day-to-day, human actions and things like that. So this becomes a core place to move from, or to express from, or to live from. So we're going to do some different meditations through the series, and a lot of it is I'll be guiding you, which is very helpful, particularly if you're new to meditation, to have somebody sort of guide you, something that you resonate with and can align with, gives you sort of a step-by-step. And there's some different forms that I love to teach. Some of it is just working with your energies. Like I mentioned earlier, there's the meridians, there's the chakras, there's the auric field. There's many components that make up our energy field that are accessible to us, particularly in meditation. Other things work with it, like acupuncture and yoga, other movement practices. But we're going to be exploring meditation here and how to go in and start running current, running light, running elemental energies, running particles, running consciousness, running spiritual life force through our body, so that those can open up and begin to clear. So that's one facet that we're going to explore. We're going to work with just relaxing the body, which is super important. Once the body's relaxed, then it's easier to go into the meditative state. So that's always a core thing I like to show. And then we're going to do some what might be called journey work or guided meditation, where we're actually going on an inner journey. And so these are generally very visual based. If you are not a visual person, which I find there's a small percentage of people that are not, you may want to reach out to me. There may be some things there we can open up in you to activate that visual. If possible, we might not, but it's definitely, I've found a lot of people, there's just some things there that need to be, we'll say, tweaked in their energetic, inner consciousness, in their third eye, to open that so that the visual component can start coming in. And we also have the feeling body, the meditative feeling body, to be able to feel the energetics, to feel things happening, to feel the different beings, the different spiritual energies that we work with come into our space and help us. So as we go on these guided meditation journeys or shamanic journeys or journey work, we open up in a safe, beautiful way to the realms of spirit. And there are many realms of spirit that are available to each of us in different amounts and different connections and different resonances. And so as we begin to explore these inner worlds, we begin to reconnect with what's really our soul family, our spiritual family, and allow their wisdom and their support and their guidance to start flowing in. When I do my meditations or when I'm doing healing work, I have a whole team that comes in of spirit beings, and there's different ones for different, I'll say, aspects of my life. There's ones that help me more with healing. There's ones that help me more with some of my other creative endeavors. So there's a whole team there that we have available. And as you go into meditation, you begin to open up and connect with this team more easily, more availably, and be able to bring their wisdom into your day-to-day life, which is so helpful. It's like having a counsel guide with you all the time to help you make decisions and move forward and stay in integrity with yourself and go forward in your life. So it's super helpful. So some of the other things will be just going to a sanctuary meditation, creating a safe space, a sanctuary where you can work with these different energies, work with these guides. You eventually can get into past life travel, other dimensional travel, working with star beings, working with elementals in the earth, communing with these different levels of spirit. Ultimately, as you really develop this and get master of this, there's in a way endless possibilities. And again, like I said, bringing all this, it's great to have all the experience, but then also be able to bring this into your day-to-day life. That's the grounding, the integration, and the application of this is super crucial, super important that we do something with this and we trust that. And as you practice, you build up the trust. As you practice and go to these states and you get insight, you get creative ideas, you get inspiration, you get clarity, then you come and apply that and you see how things start to evolve, change, shift, because you're not acting just from the mind. We are in meditation potentially using the mind, using it, but it's not ruling, it's not controlling. It is just a receptive and interpretive aspect of the meditation. It's not controlling the meditation, it's not controlling the energies. You're allowing your spirit nature, your higher self, your true self to come in, and that's what's really guiding or moving or experiencing the meditation. And the brain is sort of receiving the information, receiving the context, receiving the visuals, receiving the information that needs to be then applied into the world, and the brain can then apply it and put it into use. Generally, when we're not doing these sort of meditative practices, most of the time we're operating mostly from the mind, and the mind is operating based off past experiences, good or bad, traumatic or wonderful, and is then navigating the future from past experiences, which is wonderful. It's the mechanism of the brain. But we want to add these additional layers or additional context or content of guidance into the brain. So the brain is working from an expanded perspective, expanded possibilities, which allows more expansive possibilities for your life. And that's what I'm hoping to bring to you is expanded possibilities, more love, more connection, more prosperity, more flow, more passion, more purpose in your life by accessing more of who you are than perhaps you have been and bringing that into your life. So that's the goal here with these meditations. Now, let me talk about breath, because this is a key piece for meditation. And there are meditations that are strictly focusing on the breath, which I do encourage you to experiment with. It, let's say it's challenging, but it takes a bit to be able to maintain that for a long time, and that's perfectly fine. There's tons of different breathing techniques out there, but I encourage, especially if you're just starting, is just a slow, deep, cyclical breath. Pick a number, 4, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathing in for that long, breathing out for that long, pausing at the top and bottom. And what we're doing here is really working to open up the fullness of our lung capacity. Most of us are only breathing partially part of our lung capacity. We're not breathing fully and deeply, and this cuts off our life force and our presence because there's some level of stress. So we don't want to be fully here, so we don't want to fully breathe. It's like when you take a deep breath, when you finally are like, oh, I need a deep breath, everything kind of settles, your body settles, the energy settles. So imagine being able to do that more consistently. Everything would stay calmer, grounded, more focused and present. And so the breathing meditation exercise helps you start to stay connected with that all the time. So I do encourage you, and we're going to do a bit of that, is to doing some deep breathing and feeling the breath really opening fully the chest all the way down into the stomach. And I like to imagine, obviously it's not happening physically, but imagine the breath moving all the way through the body, all the way down through the feet, all the way through the arms, up through the head. So it's like your entire body is breathing. Your entire body is expanding and contracting, expanding and contracting. And that is super powerful for just resetting, relaxing, stabilizing your entire system, and relaxing the mind. You're generating more oxygen, which obviously is great for you. And it just, the whole system just focuses down. So we want to really get that going. I definitely encourage you to practice that for longer periods of time, and or just through the day, stop for a minute. Let me just, for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, just do some deep breathing and feel that breath ultimately throughout your entire body. Is powerful stuff for us, because we're so not used to breathing that much. So that can really shift us, and it's helpful for our health in pretty much every way, I believe. So definitely encourage you to practice that, and we'll be doing some of that. The relaxation part, as I mentioned, is going through and sort of taking a moment to bring your concentration to each area of your body. And this goes hand in hand with breathing. As you're breathing, you can do this. And taking a few moments to feel each part of your body just gently relax. The legs relax, each muscle softening, the belly relaxing, the back relaxing, the chest, the arms, the hands, the fingers, the neck, the head, all this. Each, just kind of like you're scanning your body and allowing each component there to relax. All right, so that's the main basics here of meditation that we're going to explore on at least this episode. We may do some further ones in future episodes, I'm sure. So without further ado, we're going to jump into the guided meditation. And I invite you to get comfortable. You can be sitting in a chair upright with your legs flat on the floor. You can sit in a cross-legged position, and you can lay down. Laying down has its benefits, its pros and cons, I'll say. It's wonderful because it allows you to relax more deeply and often go into a deeper state in the meditative journey. However, there's the part that you may fall asleep more easily. I mean, you can do that sitting up as well, but laying down a little more, like, particularly if it's the end of the day and you're watching this, that can be okay, because sometimes you just need that. And people often find when they fall asleep in meditation, it's a deeper sleep. It's a little bit different. There's a little more intentionality going on besides I just need to go to sleep. There's something more happening, more energy happening. So play with it, experiment with it. I suggest doing different ones. Maybe in the morning do more of a sitting upright, more active in a way. Maybe in the evening it'll help you fall asleep. I don't know how many people have told me that my meditations help them fall asleep. So if that's supportive for you, feel free to do this in the evening. Put on headphones. Important elements here, though, in your environment is make sure it's quiet. You're not going to be disturbed. Have your phone off. Keep things quiet around you. Feel free to have things that are sacred to you around you. Incense, candle, crystals, whatever else supports you and empowers you to go into that state. You definitely want to be comfortable. And if you do yoga or stretching, it's great to do some of that beforehand. Helps kind of get your body more open and ready for meditation. And yeah, that's some basic tips to get you ready. So if you want further meditations, please visit me on my website, Aaron, Aaron, Michael, Michael, Pyne.com. And you go to my site, I've got under training services, I've got meditations. You can go to my YouTube, I've got meditations over there, a lot more to come. And then make sure to sign up for my newsletter. That's going to get you the Tree of Life meditation, which is super powerful. And that'll keep you connected with me. So as I do future meditation classes, you'll be available for that. And then also check out the healing sessions if that's something you need, some support with to really start clearing out the junk, clearing out the pipes of emotions and mental stuff and traumas and fears and struggles and physical ailments. We all have those in different ways, and I'd love to support you. You can read the testimonials. There's a lot of powerful ways that we can work together to make some big changes in your life, especially if it's stuff you've been struggling with for a long time. I've seen some miracles, so please reach out to me for support in that. I'd love to help you, and look forward to connecting with you. Enjoy the meditation. Please let me know your experience, and we'll see you soon. Blessings to you. So much love. Thank you. Namaste. Hello, and thank you for joining me. This is Aaron Michael Pine, and in this guided meditation section of the show, I invite you to get into a comfortable position. You can be sitting up, you can be sitting on a couch, chair, or even laying down and reclining for this guided meditation. I'm going to be covering some of the different techniques I just talked about in the previous section of the show and allow you to experience them for yourself. So once you've made yourself comfortable, I invite you to go ahead and begin taking deep, slow breaths. Completely filling your breath all the way down into your stomach, opening your chest, opening your stomach, feeling the breath, the lungs expanding fully, and slowly breathing out deeply. And as you breathe in air, imagine breathing in life force, breathing in fresh oxygen into your body. And as you breathe out, you're breathing out any tension, stress, worry, doubt, concerns. And allow this breathing to continue to slow and deepen as best you can. Imagining this breath expanding your entire body, as if the breath was flowing down into your legs, flowing out your arms, up into your head. Every cell in your body receiving this breath, and every cell breathing out any tension and stress. And the whole body opening up and receiving new energy into it. And the body relaxes and softens as it receives this breath. And as the breath continues and the body relaxes, I'm going to take you through some visualizations to help open up your energy.
I'd like you to bring your attention, your focus to your pelvis, the base of your spine and your tailbone. Feeling that area of your body, connecting with it as best you can. This is known as your root. This is the basis of your connection to your body and to the planet. I'd like you to imagine there, coming from your root, are strands or channels of light flowing down your legs, down through your feet, going down through the floor, and down deep into the soil of the earth. And deep in the earth is a great web of earth energy, of earth light, of earth vitality and forces. And imagine your strands of light interweaving and connecting with the energies of the earth, almost like a World Wide Web network that your body is reconnecting into. And just seeing that, visualizing that, using your imagination as best you can to connect the light fibers of your body with the fibers of the earth. And imagine that the energy network of the earth begins to send red, bright red energy up into your pelvis. Vital, activating, healing life force flowing up into your legs, flowing through the muscles, the bones, the cells, filling up your pelvis and your reproductive system. Connecting into the tailbone, helping to root, stabilize, and solidify you. And then that red continues to flow up into your abdomen, into your stomach and digestive system. There turning into a bright orange, matching the sacral chakra. This is your emotional center, your creativity, your joy. Cleansing, purifying, and brightening that area of your body with this bright orange, imagining that as best as you can. Helping to cleanse and purify, bless your emotions, open up your creative channels. And then allow this orange to flow up into right underneath your rib cage. This is your solar plexus, and it begins to change into a bright yellow. This is opening your confidence, your expression, your courage. your self-worth and value, brightening and shining that area of your body, cleansing and purifying out anything that is holding you back or holding you down. And then allow that yellow light to continue up into the center of your chest, filling up your chest and your heart with a bright, beautiful green, opening the heart, opening the love of yourself, love of the world around you, helping your chest and your lungs to expand, strengthening your heart. And with a deep breath, you set the intention or the instructions that the energies of these colors, red, orange, yellow, and green, continue to flow up into your body as you need it. Even when you're not focusing, they still flow into you. And then I'd like you to bring your focus now up to the top of your head. And there, imagine a beam of golden light pouring down from the sun, a ray of light entering into the top of your head. And as it hits the top of your head, this is your crown. This is your connection to your spirit, your essence. And here it opens up with violet light, beautiful violet, encircles and flows into the top of your head, opening your spiritual connection and your awareness. And then as it flows down into your head, it turns into an indigo or deep blue, purifying your mind, your eyes, opening your inner vision and your intuition, calming, clarifying all of the mental activity. Beautiful deep indigo. And then from here, this radiant sunbeam flows down into your mouth, your jaw, and your neck, turning into a beautiful bright sky blue, opening up the throat chakra, your ability to speak clearly and speak the truth, to express yourself and express your heart. And then this flows down into your chest, turning into green, matching the bright green of the earth, and merging here in your heart. You're merging the energies of above and below, of spirit and earth, here in your heart. And imagine these two energies pouring out of your heart in front of you and behind you like a beautiful fountain. As you continue to breathe deeply, this energy, imagining, feeling, envisioning, intending as best you can, expands out around you, creating a sphere or a sacred space around you of this beautiful energy. And in this sacred space, I want you to imagine that you're calling forth, you're inviting forth the truest, highest, clearest version of yourself. You might call it your higher self, your future self, your soul, your essence. Perhaps you feel it as some sort of archetypal energy, a king or a queen. Perhaps an angel or a god or goddess, or something completely unique. Imagine that as best you can, even if you don't consciously fully know what that is yet. Just holding that intention and seeing what you might feel, what you might see. Perhaps you get bits and pieces of it. Just allow it to fill you up, fill up your body, fill up the sacred space. And imagine it flowing into your body, into your cells, integrating it into your body. Now from this integrated place, imagine this light energy in your heart expanding out into areas of your life, expanding out perhaps into your family or your partnerships, your work, your community, your creations, allowing this true version of yourself and all this light energy to pour out like a waterfall into the different areas of your life. To help uplift and expand you and your life and everything in it. And when you feel complete, set the intention to yourself that these energies continue to flow through you, integrate into you, and flow out into your life. If you're putting them on their own autopilot. And I encourage you to return to this space and this meditation whenever you need to help amplify those energies in your life. And when you feel ready, gently, slowly begin to return to your body, making slow movements as you're ready, wiggling your toes and fingers. And gently, gently coming back to an awakened state. Opening your eyes when you're ready, taking a few minutes to look around and feel the room, notice how your body feels, and enjoy this new energetic state of being. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this episode of Ceremony, Meditation, and Magic. I'm your host and guide, Aaron Michael Pine. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And feel free to reach out to me at Aaron, A-A-R-O-N, Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L, Pine, P-Y-N-E.com. If you need any further support and for more meditations, guidance, and healing. Blessings to you, and I'll see you next time.